Right, we are live. Hey guys, how's it going? Welcome back to the Kiwi Lads channel. We are here for the third quarter final of the LA Sevens. We already know on the other side of the draw, it is going to be Fiji versus Australia. This side will have either Samoa or Argentina. The winner of this contest, they will be going on to face off with New Zealand or Ireland. So that is the way that it is setting up at the moment for Fiji and Australia. They still have a chance of being able to win the series for 2022. Argentina are the same, but Samoa, they are definitely one side to watch out for in this competition. They were a little bit less than what they wanted in the Commonwealth Games. I think they're going to fire big time here in this match as they come in as the underdogs. But looking through at Samoa's lineup, Va'a, Pelo Maliko, Iona Sione, Valvasa Afasua, Paul Scanlon, Malani Matavao, Steve Onisai, and also Nuiali Letufia. Then for Argentina, this side have been looking very good, narrowly missing out on taking down the Aussies, but they have been one of those sides in this competition who always keep on pushing their opposition for the full 14 minutes. Jermaine Schultz, Joaquin De La Vega, Rodrigo Isgro, Gaston Revel, Matthias Asuchuk, then also Luciano Gonzalez and Tobias Wade. Now, Gonzalez is a man you cannot look past because he will run over the top of you. And Vamos Los Pumas says She-Wolf, and also we're there, Go Samoa. And also Crazy and Zed is here, Nathan is here, Angelo is here, and Sebastian Vamos Los Pumas. Argentina can have an opposite week compared to South Africa. That is true, winning up against the All Blacks in the union side of things for the Rugby Championship was absolutely massive for them. First time ever on New Zealand soil. Can they get themselves a first ever World Series 2022 title? They will be kicking off to the Samoans. And both of these sides, I think we're going to see a pretty hectic pace being played, and go Manu, God bless as well, says Fale there. Now, about to be kicked off by Gaston Ravon. Now, I should mention no Marcos Maneta for the Argentines in this contest, but it's kicked off short, and it is going to be slapped back very nicely. Oh, the referee in charge was actually in the way of the Argentine player. Luckily, it does still go the way of Argentina, because or else I think that might have caused a bit of disruption in both teams. Early on, the referee trying to be the eighth player. Luciano Gonzalez breaks through one tackle, finds the offload as well. De La Vega, ball on the inside. And that will now be the try for Tobias Wade. And that is a very quick start to the match. In 25 seconds, we have already seen Argentina run in their first try of the contest. And good luck, Manu Samoa. Morena Hamish, good luck, Manu. In there, says King To'o. Yeah, just caught a little bit off guard early on with the extra bit of pace that Samoa were up against them in the game up against the Pumas. I'm very excited for this game, as you guys can probably tell. It's actually, when you look at the odds, this is the closest game out of all of them. New Zealand Rugby Union, let's keep Foster, Vamos Pumas, and go Samoa, go Manu, says Calamity, and Argentina slapping the ABs, Uruguay and Chile qualifying through to the World Cup. Rugby is growing in South America. Love to see it. Exactly right. Can't believe Wales beat the Box, says Gregor Galway, for the first time in a decade. 10 years since we've seen that result happen, but this game now sitting 5-0 in favour of Argentina. And that one is not quite going to go the 10 metres that they need it, but they have said it's hit a Samoan hand. So because of it, Argentina have got the ball again. Jermaine Schultz going across now. Gaston Ravo. I still remember him in the Tokyo Olympics getting that red card, and Argentina able to go pretty far in that competition, a lot further than a lot of people anticipated. Now Luciano Gonzalez down the wing, bumping through one tackle. Letufia able to get him down, and that's going to be, I think, a try for Luciano Gonzalez. That man is built solid. They're going to have to check that one. Uruguay and Chile, they don't have a good rugby, only Argentina, says She-Wolf. And also Fleshton has got there a few colours on the flag. Is that the Irish colours? Maybe, if I'm not wrong. Luciano Gonzalez. So first of all, he was on his back. Still on his back. Still on his back. Still on his back. It's got to be all one movement, and I would say that that ball is still held up at that point in time. Go the Manu Samoans, says Peter Stowers. You may award the try. Okay. Interesting. I thought there was a Samoan hand underneath that ball. But Luciano Gonzalez got it down. Eventually, the ball did get down, but I thought it might have taken too long for them to call it as one movement. We're going to watch this one again. This is probably not the angle to show it, because the angle that they showed made it look like the ball didn't actually make its way down. So that's up, that's up. Now it's down. So I think they needed to go a little bit further in the showing of it. That's going to be going over as well. So now 12-0 in favor of Argentina. No Wales, red, white, and green. Okay, see, that's the thing. It came through as a black heart for that first one, so I wasn't too sure. And Go the Manu says harmony and looks like the Italian flag. You think Welsh people would hate Italy after what happened in the Six Nations. Bit of stir in the pot there. That is going to be a knock-on from the Pumas, then a knock-on from Samoa. Scrum feed in favor of Samoa now. 4.5 minutes still left in this first half. Vamos Pumas, says Andreas in the chat. Samoa just haven't quite been able to find their momentum early on in this contest, sitting currently 3 minutes in. This will be one of the first opportunities for them to have the ball. And Argentina, they have made the most of their 2 chances that they have had earlier on. Now, I should mention whoever wins this game will go on to face off New Zealand or Ireland. The winner of that game, they will make their way through to that quarterfinal now. Passing across, nice work here from Samoa. Milani Matavao off now. That looked flat, very flat for Samoa, but it's still in the field of play with Paul Scanlon. Now Unisai plays half, slinging it wide, Letufea. Now nice work from Pilo Maliko, and he is also a player that as soon as he gets through a cap, he's very hard to stop. There will be another try for him, making a tally of about 6 for this competition for the Samoans. Just taking a bit of a breath and puts the ball down, and that will be the first try of the match for Samoa. They fire back with their first attacking opportunity. 5 tries in this contest for Pilo Maliko, including 2 times when he was able to get 2 in the matches. And also we have there the Samoan flags from Peter Stowers. Nice work from Pilo Maliko. He got through the tackle of De La Vega. And go Samoa, says Carroll. And there as well. Like they're saying, Pilo Maliko, he has been on fire, and he's got the potential of working his way towards maybe 8 or 9 tries if Samoa continue going through in this competition. Of course, they will still have a crack in the playoff game for 5th place if they do get knocked out here. But they would absolutely love to be able to win this one, and they've got the conversion alongside it. 7 points to 12 now in favor of Samoa. And also, come on, Oos, says a Nathan there. Bit of cheering from the Samoan supporters there in attendance. That one's gone high. Pilo Maliko not quite able to take that one cleanly. Instead, it bounces back onto the side of Argentina and Tobias Wade. Now, Luciano Gonzalez, like I mentioned, this man pretty much built a pure muscle. Penalty against Argentina for leaving the feet in the clean-out, taking the quick tap there. Yuna Sione, here's another player for Samoa who's been in terrific form. Now back across, Milani Matavao, 22 meters out. And the Samoans on nice attack. Wide cutout pass. Steve on his side sees the corner. And he gets it in. 12 points to 12 now. In this game with a very tough kick to come. The Viliama finally kicking in. And there also over there. So let's go Samoa from Lua. And also we have got kicking, says Nathan. And they are certainly doing just that. The Samoan crowd are really getting behind them for this match. It's absolutely awesome to see the amount of support that they have got in LA. But Steve on his side, all he had to do was look at the corner, run it straight, as a Samoan always knows how, and is able to get the try. He had a big smile on his face the whole way, and he knew he was quick enough and that no one was going to be able to stop him. Oh, Matavao, that's an absolutely terrific strike, but it's half a meter short of going over. Could have given Samoa the lead, but now at halftime, or with a minute left of the first half, I should say, we are going to be sitting 12-12. And go the Pumas, says Emiliano, and lots of Samoan living in LA, says Sebastian. Kicked high from Milani Matavao. Goes to 10 meters, slapped back by Samoa. In fact, it's gone backwards by the Pumas. Now Pilo Maliko, ball available for Samoa for about the 5th time in the second half of this burst. And now going through Samoa again. They've got another one. And it's Paul Scanlon who does get the try that time. He waves to the crowd. He says hello. Welcome to the LA Sevens. 2 tries for him throughout the contest. His first of the match. And now Samoa, after being 12-0 down, have now taken the lead over Los Pumas. Currently 15 seconds left. Just goes through. Luciano Gonzalez, he's quick. But Paul Scanlon is also a very good runner of the ball. And does get it down. I believe that this will be a nice, easy kick for Matavao. If he just missed that one out way by the touchline, he's certainly going to be able to get this one over. Has gone over. Now 19 points to 12. And the Samoan crowd are absolutely loving it. Now, LA, of course, the USA were probably their favourites, although I've heard a lot of support for Samoa, Fiji, and probably Kenya is the other side that I've heard have the most support out of any teams in the competition. That one has just gone the 10 once again. It's been slapped back by the Pumas. And now Samoa trying to hold him up. They have to release him. They've done just that. It was Udashuk. Now going across, Luciano Gonzalez will be waiting for this one. But first of all, Jermaine Schultz. Nice run for De La Vega on his outside if he does need him. Great striding run from Schultz, moving 40 meters out from the line now for Argentina. Good link-up play with Rodrigo Iscro. The ball is loose. It's going to go into touch. And that will be halftime. 19 points to 12. 7 minutes down, 7 to go in this quarterfinal. Expecting All Southern Derby in the semi-final and final, says Geeta. So I assume that means you are picking New Zealand over Ireland, which is always normally a close game. The Kiwi and Irish should have a decent fan base in LA as well, says Sebastian. I wonder whether or not Shay Clark's mum's there. And the reason I say that is because she seems to have been at every tournament that guy has taken part in, whether it's been in Fiji, whether it's in New Zealand, or whether it is actually in Birmingham for the Commonwealth Games. She has been sidelined with the sign saying, Shay Clark's my boy. He is not playing in this game. He might be playing in the next game for New Zealand. In fact, while we are at it, okay, he's not in the starting lineup. He will be coming off the bench. I have just seen, but currently Samoa, after a shaky couple first minutes, they have been able to fire back very well. Coffee and Kiwi Lads live commentary. What a way to start the week off, says Nathan there on the Argentinian flags from Tuiveja. Hopefully I said that correctly. Go Manu Samoa, says Kopalani there. And Kalamiti has said go Manu Samoa. Missed tackles too from Samoa. Not a lot of tackles being made in that first half between either side. Only the 8 combined passes completed. We're seeing more from Argentina. They had a little bit more of that position early on, but then from there, it did end up going back in the quarter. Samoa and Kenya forever, says Eric. They had a brilliant tournament, Kenya did. Like, that's the thing. I know that before the tournament, they were saying how Kenya haven't really made it that far in past weeks. They did lose their first game, but then from there, they beat England and they beat Scotland, which was absolutely awesome for the Kenyans. They made it through to the quarterfinal, and then they did end up coming up against an Australian side that more than likely will be crowned as the World Sevens champion. So nothing wrong with losing to them. And Kenya, I'm looking forward to seeing them at Cape Town, because they're certainly going to have a few supporters in South Africa. And let's go, Kenya, says Nathan. And go the Manu Samoa, says Peter Stower. Second half just about to get underway. Tobias Wade stays out there on the field. We didn't see a huge amount of him throughout that first half for Argentina. We did see a lot of Pila Malika. That's actually pretty lovely having your mum traveling alongside you throughout the series, says Sebastian. Yeah, and I guess that's the thing. I can't remember whether or not it says number one supporter on the banner or not, but I think it is always said about how she's his number one supporter and that no matter what, she is always watching his Sevens tournaments. And he's one of the youngest players in the Sevens side as well. So that must also be quite nice having your mum with you throughout the travel. Rodrigo Isgro's got the quick tap on the halfway line due to the mistake that we did see from Samoa. Tobias Wade didn't quite get that pass away. Now kick downfield from Samoa, but they're going back for the initial knock on. Unlucky there. And Fa'amalosi boys, all the best, says Luza. And go blue and Vamos Pumas. Carajo, says Andreas there. Currently interviewing with Santiago Gomez Cora, the coach of Argentina. He'll be relatively happy with how that first half of the first half went. The second half, not so much. And now, come on, sort it over. Full time, says Nathan as well. Yeah, we've still got another 6 minutes left in this one. I'm going to quickly check to see what time my other live stream was going to be starting. 6:20, we should be good. Oh, no, we might not be good, because time is currently off. It's going to be a close one anyway, but I think we should be able to start maybe a minute late on New Zealand versus Ireland. They're going go blue, Manu Samoa from this is a hard name. I do apologize if I don't get this right. Is it Segatalatosi? Segatalatosi? Probably a little bit rough. I do apologize for the pronunciation there. In front of the ball, offside there against Samoa. That was against number 8, which for them is Letufia. Jermaine Schultz. He's going to be a game changer possibly for Argentina off the bench. You'd have to say they haven't got a huge amount of those guys that would be game changers for them. No Marcos Maneta. They have got Graziano, though. I do like him playing. And also, let's go Tama Uli, says Harmony there. Now nice pass off to Luciano Gonzalez. They've shut him down and put him into touch, and he's fired up. He wants to punch someone. But now, quick throw taken by Samoa. They swat it back. This is very risky. Apilo Maliko has no option but to kick. Where'd the ball go? He got it away. That's brilliantly done by Apilo Maliko, because that looked like it could have easily been charged down. Now, Santiago, or in fact, no, sorry, as Luciano Gonzalez got it back on the halfway line. Finds the flick pass off to Jermaine Schultz. Mataval was committed early on. Afasua, great work there. I think it's at a Samoan leg as it was going into touch. No, they have said it was off Argentina. And now it is going to be Samoa's line-out throw. You can do it, boys, says Armstrong there. And go with your heart, Manu Samoa. For Amalossi Blues, says Luza. And also Maximiliano says Los Pumas in there as well. I should mention, anyone who wants to know what time this game is going to be kicking off for their semi-final, whoever wins this contest, it will be a 9:30 a.m. kickoff here in New Zealand. We will be doing the commentary for it. We will also more than likely be having a preview of one of the matches. I don't know whether or not we'll have time to edit both of them, so it will probably just be a one preview video for those ones. And so he's fired up. Wants to punch someone, says Nazi Williams. And Malossi boys, says Luza. I think he actually trains in mixed martial arts, if I'm not wrong, for Luciano Gonzalez, which doesn't surprise me because the man looks like he could probably very seriously hurt someone if he wanted to. He's got that aggression to him. Slap back. Now for Milani Mataval. Goes for the no-look grubber, and it is a thing of beauty. It sits up for Steve Onesai. There is a player for Argentina trying to catch him all. Did he get the ball down? He looks disappointed. He slaps his hand. I think he has blown that Rosetta with a brilliant chase down there. You can do it, boys, says Armstrong. I think that might be a try-saving chase from Franco Rosetto. It's a knock-on and it's a scrum. That is sensational from the youngster. And could it be a game-changing moment? He held it in one hand and he slapped it out of it as well. And Steve Onesai, he knows it straight away that it didn't quite go the way that he wanted it to. He wanted to put that over the dotted line. Brian Lima's frustrated because at the end of the day, if he was holding it with two hands in front of him, would have scored it. But because he was holding it one hand and right down the side, that is what allowed it to be slapped out of his hands. Could be a crucial mistake for the Samoans. Argentina so far have had double the carries. They have got this ball 5 meters out from their own line now with the scrum feed. I do see have made a little bit of a change there. It is going to be Graziano, and also Fraga has made his way onto the park as well. Now Gaston Revel, very experienced Pumas player, feeds that ball, and now someone's got a sad-sounding trumpet in the crowd. Now taken quickly by Revel. Now, a nice bit of stepping there from Fraga, not able to go through. It's another penalty. In fact, it's going to be the advantage instead to Samoa. Now advantage to the Pumas. Now, nice run sideways. Bit of a juggle there, but nicely done in the end by Fraga to be able to hang on to that one. Steve Onesai, not clear release for that one. Another quick tap taken by Argentina. They are marching their way up the field now. Arturo Revo, who's put it down. It's just not quite the pass he was after. Too low. Last 5 penalties, we have seen 4 of which going against Samoa. We'll have to be careful with that discipline. Definitely if they do make it through to the next match, either playing Ireland or New Zealand, you need to make sure that your discipline's on point. If you do want a chance of having that ball for a bit longer, but Raval just put it down. Pass was dipping. And Argentina, they do look frustrated with how this match is going currently. Something we haven't seen too much from Argentina throughout their other matches is handling errors. So to have so many in a game that is do or die for them when it comes to the World Sevens 2022 series, maybe it's a little bit of that extra pressure they are feeling for this match. And when you're up against a side like Samoa, it's never an easy game. You know you're going to get hard or hit hard if you do get it slightly wrong. And Letufia now about to feed the ball in to Samoa's scrum. 40 meters out from their own line. Does feed it in. Goes to the right-hand side now. Letufia off to Milani Mataval. Nice step. He has dropped the ball now as well, and he's landed hard on the back of his head, which looks like he will not be getting up too quickly. They're going to help him up, but that was a hard knock. I think that was once again Rossetto. He's trying to fire up the rest of the side. He's one of the youngest players out there. A big shot. Nicely done. In fact, they were showing Rossetto, but now they are also showing that the tackle was made by Graziano. And how many minutes left? There is still 2 minutes left on the clock. Good game, Argentina and Samoa. Says Nathan and Manu Samoa all the way. says Alusa. And there as well. Is it Louisa? I might be saying that completely wrong. Is it Louisa? Sorry. I might have that around the wrong way. That's going to be the penalty to Argentina. Quick tap taken. There's a chance that we could go to golden point here if Argentina can get themselves a try relatively soon and convert. Go Manu, says Calameti. Now Reval going across to the tallest member of the Argentine side. It's not going to be a knock-on. That time, I believe Gaston Reval did have a little knock-on, but they're saying play on just for now. Now down the wing. Argentina trying their absolute best with Graciano to keep it on their side. They've got 3-on-2 out wide. If they get it right, this could be try time for the Pumas. It's one more pass. Now off to Fraga. He's close to the touchline. The danger here is they need to have a nice, easy kick. So they will have to fire it back across the field of play now. See if they can break through. Argentina now. Boom! Big shot from Milani Mataval. But it might not be enough to stop the Argentines. 5 meters out. Luciano. Close, but no cigar for getting over. Milani Mataval has stayed down. I believe he was injured, reaching out between the posts. And it will be the try now for Asuchuk. I think we're going to have to delay our next live stream because this one might be going a golden point. We're going to change New Zealand versus Ireland to 6:25, but it's another try. So you're supporting Argentina instead of Samoa, says Peter Stowers. And there, is that for me or for everyone? Because I do try my best to be straight down the middle with the commentary. I want to see both of these sides do well, which is hard because I didn't want to see them match up this early. And what a game, 10 out of 10. And then thanks, brother, says Louisa. Now that one, it's going to be straight over 19 all. With still about 20 seconds left on the clock. We just hear the siren now, so this will be the final play. If you are the team who received the kickoff, do you go for the attack here? Or do you accept the fact that you're more than likely going to golden point? I think you've got to go for it no matter what. Argentina, they are going to be kicking off. Samoa have to make the change of Milani Mataval. Unfortunately, we are seeing a few of the key players for these sides getting injured. Mataval for Samoa, Nathunu for the Fijians at this point in time. Still time on the clock to steal it in regulation time. Gaston Ravo has not gone the 10. Now Samoa have the opportunity to tap from halfway and have one last attack. Don't worry about New Zealand. Their big boys, Ireland, got this. There's Nathan. Now kicked him behind from Samoa. Will it sit up as nicely as it did last time? There was a knock-on the ground. We're going to golden point, ladies and gentlemen, between Samoa and Argentina. It wasn't decided in the 14 minutes, so now they must go for longer. Have we had an extra time game throughout the 7 so far? I don't think we have. I think I'm going to have to delay it even later than 6, though, for that next one. We will go 6:30 instead. And also Samoa Malo boys. So this game could easily now, with where we are sitting, could easily go either way. At the end of the day, both of these sides have been able to put 19 points on the board. They've scored 3 times, and it makes me think back to that try that was blown by the Samoans. Unfortunately, Steve Oni's side, normally a clinical try scorer, but having that ball down by the side, having it slapped away by Rossetto may have cost Samoa their spot in the semi-final. And also we have got their oof, says Maximiliano. Exactly right. If there was one word to summarize what we saw in that first half, it is probably oof. Okay. Argentina scored first, so they get to have the coin toss. I don't actually have a coin. Oh, I have a coin. He's called heads. It is heads. Mine was tails, so lucky they're doing it and not me. And now both teams going to be back out there. What a game, says Louisa. And also go Manu Samoa, says Peter Stowers. Yeah, going to extra time. We knew that these two sides were going to be even. Didn't realize this even, though. 19 points each. The end of the half. A good game, says Hanoi. It certainly is. So the rules are as follows. First team to score in extra time does move on to the semi-finals. That is the stipulation. The ground has been set for these two teams. Whoever scores first, or whoever gets points, I should say, they will be going on to face off against New Zealand, or they will be going up against Ireland. That man is loving it. I don't know if he's had any beverages or he just loves life. I think it's the second one, or maybe a bit of a combination of both, but he has been dancing the whole day. Okay. It will be the kickoff for Argentina now in extra time. It's gone high. I think it was slapped down. It was a double knock-on. First knock-on by Samoa. Second knock-on by Argentina. Wait a minute. No, the other way around. So it is going to actually be a scrum feed for the Samoans. Now, imagine if we saw a drop goal. That would be absolutely insane. Definitely, if the thing is, I can see it happening for Argentina. They are a side that wouldn't mind going for the drop goal. If Samoa drop goal, that would blow many people's minds. Because, I mean, we saw Argentina drop goal against New Zealand in a game that they needed more than the drop goal worth of points to win. It was a bit weird. And also, please let the Samoa win to win that, they deserve it, says G2 Geeks. And Go Manu, says Princess Sita Gata there. And Whaamalosi boys, says Louisa. Now, first score wins. The first half of extra time is 5 minutes long, ladies and gentlemen. After that, we go to the second. And if they aren't split by any difference in points, I believe after that, they look through at what the scores were in their group stage, or they may even have a kicking contest. And the Taro has said, go Argentina. Samoa about to feed this ball in just outside of their own 22. So field territory at the moment going the way of the Pumas. Malani Matavao has got it downfield. I'm surprised he's still playing. I thought he got injured in that last one. That is a brilliant kick, though, down into the 22 of Argentina. Raval goes across to Luciano Gonzalez with a great fend on Sioni. Now down the wing. Once again, Matavao has been bumped off. Gonzalez makes it back up to the halfway. Raval now across one more. Argentina, this is looking very dangerous for them now. They've got 3-on-1 on the outside. Jermaine Schultz goes one more. Sells the dummy, Argentina. 5 meters out, and he's dropped it. He's dropped the ball. My voice almost went there. I don't think he's got it down. Go blue jersey, says Louisa. I think he's blown that. They're saying he was in for all money. He's had it slapped out of his hands by Va'apilo Maleko. And come on now, says Nathan. He punches it out of the youngster's hands. This game is insane. And dropped it. He did indeed. He had it slapped out of his hands, similar to what we saw for Paul Scanlon in the first half. Or did he? They're trying to say that it was completely Va'apilo Maleko slapping it away. And then they're saying that he still placed the ball. Are they? Surely not. I don't think he's got that. I think that's a knock-on by Argentina and might have dropped the 7th circuit, says Sebastian. And well, says Hanoi. Did he touch it down? See, for me, the ball has gone forward. So it's been knocked on in goal by Argentina. 5-meter scrum to Samoa. That makes sense. So it's a knock-on, and now Samoa will now have the scrum feed. Amazing, like NFL defense, says Hanoi. But now Samoa have another opportunity. I think he's asking the crowd, trying to get them fired up there, the coach of Argentina. See, for me, I thought it was a knock-on straight away when he had that ball slapped out of his hands. Because I guess that's kind of the situation of you've lost all ball security as soon as it's gone forward. Maybe it's different in Sevens, though, compared to Union, because I know in Union that has a knock-on pretty much 10 times out of 10. And game of the tournament definitely has to be. How can it not be when these two sides just won't give up? Now, Malani Matavao, I said his name very weird. Samoa inside of their own goal area. Now having to run 90 meters down the field, and neither side want to give up. Scanlon goes back now one more. Nice fend. And it's going to be Letufio, I believe. In fact, no, it is the man off the bench, Owen Nui. 22 meters out now, Malani Matavao goes across. Anyone who is tuning in now, we are in the first half of extra time. Now, Sioni going through Gassion Raval with a nice low tackle there. Recycle quickly. Va'apilo Maleko, he's the type of player who can create a moment, and that is what he's done. Samoa are going through to the semi-finals as they run in the try. He puts the ball down 5 times just for good measure there, Paul Scanlon. And this time he has got it down. That will be Samoa going through to the next stage of the semi-finals. Wow. What a game of rugby between these two sides. The next game is New Zealand versus Ireland. Whoever wins that will face Samoa in the semi-finals in 3 hours' time. But thank you all very much for tuning in. If you did enjoy, be sure to leave a like and subscribe to the channel, and I will see you all